What's up, MMA fans? It's Tudor Leonte from Sherdog here, and today I'm with two-time Olympic gold medalist and PFL 2019 champion, Kayla Harrison. Hello, Kayla, and how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for your time. So the first topic I would like to discuss with you is that last year you dropped to the 145 pound division for the first time. I would like to ask here, how tough was the weight cut?
Not too bad. I was pretty disciplined. I got my walking around weight down to about 153. I normally sit at about 165, so lost about 12 pounds. Just really strict dieting and watching my calorie intake. And then I cut the last 7 pounds of water weight. So it wasn't too bad. I definitely didn't enjoy it. I don't love it, but I know that I'm able to do it in a healthy and safe manner should I have to in the future.
I was going to say that you performed pretty well that time. You know, you defeated Courtney King via TKO in the second round. And I would like to ask, is there any chance that fans might see you again competing in the featherweight division in the future?
Yeah, it's possible. Anything's possible.
Speaking of last year, you should have competed in a 156 pound cage weight for Titan FC right before the end of the year. But your fight was cancelled after your opponent missed weight. How did you take it that time?
I was bummed just because I wanted to fight. I wanted to fight twice last year. I wanted to continue to get experience inside the cage and keep getting better. But everything happens for a reason. And I had a lot of bumps and bruises just from training and cutting down to 145. And then I cut down to 155 again. So I was pretty worn out and burnt out by the end of the year. I also had a tough year, just, personally for me. So, it is what it is. I was bummed not to compete, but now I'm ready and feeling good for this year. So,
speaking of this year and Professional Fighters League, you faced Mariana Morais at PFL 3. You defeated your opponent in the first round with punches. What did you take from that fight?
I thought it was a good fight.
Yes, but being again inside the PFL cage, fighting without live audience for the first time in PFL cage.
Yeah, I mean, I was, my entire judo career, I fought with pretty much no crowd, so it's no problem for me. I was just excited for the opportunity to compete. I love what I do. I love to fight. And I was just grateful that I was able to be in there doing what I love.
I'm asking since a lot of fighters seems to, to claim that they kind of draw in energy from the live audiences. And I believe that for you, it's quite different since you told me, about your judo career.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, I'm already motivated enough. I'm already, I'm going out there for me. I'm not going out there for the fans. I'm not going out there for my mom. I'm not going out there for the crowd or my coach. I'm going out there for me, because it's what I love to do and what I want to be the best in the world at. I'm glad that the fans want to watch. I'm grateful that, my mom supports me. I'm grateful that I have my coaches, but I don't get motivated by them. I get motivated by my desire to be the best in the world.
Do you miss, having fans cheering during your fights?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I miss being able to, have all of my friends and family come watch me fight and going out into eat in a bar afterwards and hanging out and meeting young fans. I miss that aspect of it for sure. Of course I miss that, but
Yes, there is still a few time to wait before that. You are now scheduled to fight with Cindy Dandois at PFL 6. I would like to ask, in general, what do you know about your next opponent?
I know she's tough. I know she's a veteran of the sport. I know that she has fought in pretty much every promotion. She has a good record. She's a judo player like me. I know she's got a couple funky submissions and stuff like that. But I expect the fight to be, one-sided. I expect to go out there and dominate. But I know she's coming out fighting like hell. So I don't expect an easy fight. I'm not looking past her to anyone else. I have to focus on her right in front of me and go out there and do my job.
Given that you have been so dominant in your division and at featherweight as well, do you have any dream matches that you would like to make happen in the next years of your career?
I just want to fight the best. I want to go out there and test myself against the best in the world. I have a season to get through now, and I have one fight at a time I need to focus on. And then after that, we'll see what happens, where I go. But for now, the focus is to go out and instill my will and smash,
So are you, I don't know, are you opening or will you be willing, to fight in other promotions in your future? Is this something that
it's possible. It's possible, we'll find out at the end of the year, we'll see what happens.
Listen, there is one last topic I'd like to discuss with you, and this is an argument that a topic in general, sorry, that I have with female MMA fighters. And I'd like to ask you, your opinion on the situation of women in MMA, on the current situation of women in MMA.
What do you mean?
I mean, when you think about women MMA and MMA fighters, male MMA fighters, do you believe they are treated the same? That kind of.
I think that obviously there's a little bit more opportunity right now for men than women. But women's MMA is much younger than men's MMA. We still have women who helped get the sport to where it is, who are still fighting, the pioneers of the sport. That would be like Hoist Gracie still fighting today, it's still very new, women's MMA, and it's growing exponentially. Every year there's a new killer, there's girls who are just training MMA now, and there's real athletes coming to the sport, not people who just picked up gloves a couple years ago and said, oh, I want to try this. Like, this is going to be a real thing. And I think 10 years from now, where men's MMA is where you're going to see women's MMA. I think that women still get paid pretty good. I think that at one point, the highest paid fighter in the world was a female. Not many sports can say that in the rest of the world. Women are always fighting for equal pay. They're always fighting for equal opportunities. So I think that while it's not perfect, it's getting better all the time.
Also, in your opinion, how could it be improved?
I think there just needs to be more opportunity. I think that more weight classes should be opened up. I think that there should be the same amount of female weight classes as there are male weight classes. I think, it would be good to start. Women are just now starting to tune into MMA. Like, it was an entire audience that wasn't really reached 5 years ago, 10 years ago at all. So, there needs to be probably developmental programs put in place for females, grassroots programs maybe, but I think it's all going to take care of itself. I think that there are 1,000 little girls sitting at home watching, who are watching Ronda and saying, I want to be the next Ronda Rousey, or watching Chris Cyborg or Amanda Nunes saying, I want to be the next Amanda Nunes. I think that that's all going to happen. And these girls are going to grow up and they're going to be killers. It's going to be way more competitive than it is now. You still see a lot of one-sided fights in women's MMA. You see like someone who's way better than the other girl, but you don't really, that's hard to see in men's MMA now because it's had so much time to develop. I think 10 years from now, women's MMA is going to be just as competitive. It's going to be just this little bit much that makes you better than your opponent, you know? And then more money will come, and then more, you know, opportunities will come. It just takes time. That's all.
Let's hope that your prediction becomes true. Kayla, it was such a pleasure. Do you have any last message?
No, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, and best of luck with your upcoming fight. Hopefully, I will hear again from you in the future.
For sure. Anytime. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.